Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Norbit. My metric number is 2023817078. Hello everyone. Today I will discuss strategies for protected area management. A management plan is essential to guide conservation effort and to ensure sustainable resource use. In this presentation, I will highlight key strategies based on IUCN guidelines. First, let's understand what a management plan is. A management plan is a structured document that outlines goals and strategies for managing protected areas. It ensures conservation, effectiveness, and sustainability resource use. Why is it important? Because it helps balance biodiversity conservation and tourism and community needs while ensuring legal and policy compliance. Okay, now let's get into the first key strategies for protected area management. One of the key strategies is management by objectives. This approach involves setting clear conservation goals and ensuring all action contribute to them. The key actions for this management by objectives are define specific objectives like wildlife protection and habitat restoration. Align objective with legal frameworks and internationally agreement. And the last one are monitor progress through measurable indicators. For example, Yellowstone National Park has well-structured management plan focusing on habitat conservation, fire management, and visitor regulation. Over 150 years of adaptive conservation strategies have helped maintain its biodiversity. And next, the second key strategies for protected area management is stakeholder engagement and community involvement. Why should we involve local communities? It is because it reduces conflict between conservation efforts and local livelihoods, promote sustainable land use practices, and encourages long-term stewardship. The key action for stakeholder engagement and community involvement are establish partnership with indigenous communities, provide alternative livelihood like ecotourism and sustainable farming. And the last one are conduct awareness campaigns and educational programs. A great example is Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. They work closely with the Maasai community to prevent human-wildlife conflict. Joint conservation programs have reduced poaching and increased local employment. According to the case study at Serengeti National Park. Another key strategy for protected area management is zoning for effective land use, which involves dividing the protected area into different management zones. The key zone for zoning for effective land use is core conservation zone, which strictly protected area, buffer zones where regulated use to minimize impact, and tourism zone where controlled visitor activities can be done. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park in Australia use zoning to regulate fishing, tourism, and conservation activities. Over 33% of the reef is designated as a no-take zone, ensuring ecosystem resilience. according to the case study Great Barrier Reef. Next, the fifth key strategies for protected area management is adaptive management and monitoring. Adaptive management is a flexible, data-driven approach to conservation that allows for adjustment based on new findings. The key action for the adaptive management and monitoring are regular monitoring for biodiversity and ecological changes, adjusting management strategy accordingly, and lastly is implementing technology advancement like satellite imaging. In Brazil, Amazon Rainforest Reserve use satellite technology to monitor deforestation and adjust protection measures. Local ranger patrol integrate remote sensing data for real-time intervention. According to the case study, Amazon Rainforest Reserve. Lastly, the last key strategy for protected area management are sustainable financing and ecotourism. Why is sustainable financing important? It is because it ensures long-term conservation success, reduce dependency on government funding, and encourages responsible tourism. The key action for the sustainable financing and ecotourism is implementing entry fees and conservation taxes. Next is developing eco-friendly tourism activities and partnering with NGO and private organizations for funding. Windy Impenetrable National Park in Uganda. Fund conservation through gorilla trekking permits. Revenue sharing programs benefit local communities by funding schools and infrastructure. According to the case study, Windy Impenetrable National Park. To conclude, effective management ensures long-term survival of biodiversity using IUCN guidelines, enhance conservation success, collaboration between governments and local communities, and conservation organization is very crucial. Management by objective, stakeholder engagement, zoning and land use planning, adaptive management and monitoring, sustainable financing and ecotourism is the key strategies for protective management to meet the objective of a management plan. Thank you for your attention, and I'm very happy to do this presentation. Bye bye.